Hi everyone, it's Suey. Today I'm doing a tag called the Philosophy of Reading book tag that was created by Lekden at Reading from the Depths. And I was tagged by Pat at Book Chat with Pat. This is a simple tag with 4 questions. Lekden explains it in his video that it's kind of a nod to the Four Noble Truths, the foundation of all Buddhist philosophical thought. I don't know how philosophical I'm going to get because I'm not a very philosophical person, but I still thought it might be fun to ramble on about my reading thoughts, as we tend to often do on these tags that go around all the time through our booktube community. This first question is, what is your own personal philosophy of reading? For instance, how do you think about reading? What does reading mean to you? And how does your reading life affect your non-reading life, etc.? So, how do I think about reading? Well, I feel like reading is sort of an essential to living. I feel like it is something that one does to survive. Like it's up there, it's high up there with, the survival things for me personally. You know what I mean by the survival things, the levels of survival, like shelter and food and all that. It's like maybe the next level up after that. I just feel like it's such an important part of life. It's so vital to feeling complete. And when it says, how does your reading life affect your non-reading life? Like I can't even really imagine a non-reading life. I guess there are other parts of my life where reading is not talked about so much, but I feel like it's such a part of me that even when I go and do other things that isn't another part of my life, people will ask me about reading or talk to me about books, which is great and awesome. Sometimes you're like, yeah, am I only thought of as the book person or the K-pop person? Sometimes I'm thought of the K-pop person too, but is that my only identity? But, if it is, I guess that's okay, because that's kind of how I see myself anyway. So it's hard to separate the reading life from the non-reading life. They are so much intertwined. To elaborate a little more, reading to me is just so essential to learning and understanding people and understanding ourselves and keeping up on just vocabulary or, other things that are happening in the world to other people or other cultures and just like everything. I was reading a book recently about that girl that was the North Korean defector. And one of the big things that stood out to me in that book was that when she got to South Korea and she had no idea kind of what was going on in the world, the way she caught herself up was by reading. And she was reading fiction. We're not talking nonfiction here. She started just devouring all the books she could get a hold of and learning about the world that she'd been missing through reading. So I feel like that was a huge statement in how important it is to read. When I'm talking to people or interacting with people who don't read, it's like I don't even understand that could be a thing. That not even a little bit. Like we're not talking, somebody who reads a ton, but just somebody who doesn't ever think to pick up a book in the first place. It's like really hard to understand that. Another thing I want to say about my philosophy of reading is that reading is story. Story is the important word. When we're talking about the hierarchy of needs, it's something that I think humans need is story. And reading fulfills that need. Sometimes other things also help. TV fulfills it a little bit. Talking to people fulfills it a little bit. Telling stories. Passing down family stories. Those all fulfill this human need that we have for story. Authors become obsessed with the art of telling a story, and readers become obsessed with consuming that story. And I feel like everyone needs that in their life, even if we aren't considering ourselves readers. We consume it some other way. Movies fulfill story. And so I feel like that is a huge philosophy I have about reading, is just that it's fulfilling that need for story. The second question is, when did I first consider myself a reader, which we've talked about a lot in some other tags, with the childhood tags and things like that. I don't really know when I considered myself a reader, but I know it had to be around the time, probably, I would say upper grades in elementary school, where like I said before in other tags, where I was really, really looking forward to the library, where I wanted to check things out, where I couldn't wait to read another book, where I got into series and I understood, authors that I was following. The story I told where my dad asked the librarian that was his cousin, here, you need to give me a list of books for her to read. I mean, it was somewhere in those years where I probably became a reader, I guess. There wasn't a specific book. I've always talked about Little House on the Prairie and Nancy Drew, because those were the series that I was devouring about that time. I mean, I think I was a reader before those books too, so I don't really know if there was a specific book or an exact time where I thought this, but it was just that period of time. So what would I've been, around 9 to 12, those preteen years? It's when it clicked in, probably, or at least that's when I remember. Number 3, what are some goals or hopes that you have for your reading life? So I don't think I've ever told this story, but I remember a very distinct moment. I was probably 20-ish, maybe 22-ish, so early 20s, and I was at a library, and I looked at the fiction section of that library, which seemed sort of small at the time. It was still huge, but it was like not as huge as like the library I work at right now. It was in the smaller location. This was way back in the 80s. And so I was at a smaller library, but I looked at the fiction section, and I remember thinking very vividly how I would love to start at the beginning book with the A's, start on that first shelf, and just go book by book by book and read every single book. I knew it wasn't a real goal at the time, but I just remember thinking, I wish so bad I could do that. Like, I don't want to miss any of these books. Like, I want to read them all. And we always talk about reading everything. But I really, truly wanted to read the whole library. And so that's my goal in my reading life, is to just keep reading, read everything I can get my hands on, read widely, don't count anything out, except for maybe some books that have some subject matter that I just don't want to be triggered by or something. But, be very open-minded to everything. Read nonfiction and fiction alike. I just want to keep going, basically. I really, truly hope that this feeling I have, this love I have for reading, like, I hope it doesn't ever go away. I hope this feeling is forever. So we'll see. Okay, number 4, what is part of your current reading life right now that is important or exciting to you? Right now, this very moment that I'm filming this video, I don't know when this will go up, but right now, that is my exciting thing, is participating in Yogist, trying to pump it up, trying to do fun tags and fun videos and fun promotion things, working with Mario Andrea, thinking of stuff to do. I've done it many times on my blog back in the day, but I have never really been as active in an event for BookTube, so that's my exciting thing at the moment of this filming. So yeah, I guess that's it for right now, and just going through all the stacks, all these books that are all over my floor. I've been making videos, so I have books everywhere, and I just want to read them all, just like I was saying a minute ago. Like, I don't know. Okay, I think I did that. I got a little emotional, I guess. So hopefully you enjoy that. It's important. It's a big thing. And I love it. And I hope that I can help other people love it. And I hope I portray that love and passion in a manner that is coming across to people. Until next time, happy reading. Bye.